This is United States of America. People call it a nation of immigrants. And this is Washington DC, the city I call home. And this is me. And the US calls me a non-immigrant alien. Even after living in the USA legally for 13 plus years, and that's because of very unfair and nonsensical rule. In this video, I'm going to talk about this discriminatory rule and the campaign I'm starting to spread awareness about this rule, so hopefully it gets eliminated. So I came to the US on student visa to pursue my master in science, and when in school I got a job, so later my company filed for my work visa, which is called H-1B, and later they also filed my immigration petition, which got approved, but I still do not have my green card or permanent residency. And the only reason I do not have my green card even after my immigration petition is approved is because I was born in India. That's right, if I was born anywhere else like any other country than India, I would have my green card by now. And you might be wondering why even with an approved immigration petition I have not received my green card, and I would be happy to explain. So the category of my green card application is employment-based immigration category, which is for people with advanced degree or exceptional ability. And that category was created to fill the skill gap in the US labor market for specialized jobs. So basically the skills which has shortage in the United States, USA can immigrate people with those skills. So USA doesn't left behind in technology, science and healthcare, which is a brilliant idea. Most of the developed nation has some kind of program like this. But you would think that if USA is inviting non-Americans to become permanent residents based on their skills, they would invite best of the best who possess the skills. But that's not the case. So total number of green cards USA issues each year for employment-based category is 140,000. So there is a limit on how many green cards are issued each year under this category, which is very fair. But what is not fair is that Immigration Act of 1990 put a 7% country cap on this visa category, which is skill-based visa, which means that no single country can get more than 9,800 visa under this category each year. So as soon as 9,800 green cards are issued each year to one particular country, people from other countries who hasn't reached their 9,800 quota gets more priority, even if they are like less skilled or less experienced. So country like India, which has population of almost about 1.4 billion, can get max 9,800 green cards per year. And a small country like Norfolk Island, which has population of just 2,200, can also get max 9,800 green cards per year. So entire Norfolk Island can get migrated to the USA under employment-based immigration in a single year, and still their quota will remain open. So every year, as you would imagine, much more than 9,800 Indians are getting sponsored for this category by their employers, but only 9,800 Indians can get this visa each year. So what happens to the rest of the Indians who got sponsored, their immigration petition got approved, but didn't make it to the 9,800 quota? Well, they have to wait in line. For example, let's say in 1990, 20,000 Indians were eligible and got sponsored for this green card by their employers. Only 9,800 out of this 20,000 Indians will get green card. So the rest of 10,200 Indians will have to wait in line, and 9,800 of those people will get green card in 1991. So 400 people will still have to wait in line in 1991. But then there are 12,000 another Indians who got sponsored for this green card in 1991. None of those will receive green card. They will all have to join the line. So as of now, there are estimated 1 million Indians who are living in the United States are waiting in this line to receive their green cards. Because of this nonsensical cap on skill-based visa, many of the people who came with me or many much later are now US citizen because they were not born in India. And that is the frustration many Indians are living under, seeing people all around them which are sometimes less experienced or less skilled become permanent residents and citizens faster just based on country they were born in, which is not fair. Now, USA has another immigration program called Green Card Lottery, created during the same Immigration Act of 1990, where USA issues about 55,000 green cards to foreign nationals. And as the name suggests, it's not based on skills, but it's just Green Card Lottery. Now, this program also has a 7% country cap. Now that is somewhat fair because purpose of this category is to increase diversity. So the 7% country cap is there, so no single country can receive all of those green cards. But what is the point of putting country cap on green cards for specialized jobs which is created to fill the skill gap in the US labor market? Because of this discriminatory rule, there are many Indians in the USA who are stuck working on work visa rather than becoming permanent residents and citizens like many of their peers who were like born anywhere but India. And some of the challenges we have to face on daily basis are huge lack of sense of security and stability. Because on work visa, if you lose your job, you have to find another job which sponsors your work visa within 60 days. Otherwise, you have to leave the country. It doesn't matter how long you have been living here. Like I have been living here legally for 13 plus years, but if I lose my job and if I don't find another job in 60 days, then I have to leave everything behind which I have built here and leave the country. And I am single, but many of my Indian peers who are stuck in this backlog are married and have kids who are born here, and even they have to live within 60 days if they don't find a job. And even if you are doing the same job, you have to keep renewing this visa every 3 years. So every 3 years, if you are traveling outside of the United States, then you have to do a lot of advanced planning and paperwork, spend a lot of money on visa fees. And even if you are willing to do all that, nowadays it is like very hard to get visa appointments at many of the consulates abroad. For that reason, many of the Indians couldn't travel outside of the United States even when they need to. Many Indians had to miss important family functions, and some couldn't even travel to say their final farewells to their loved ones. And these issues are faced by Indians like me who came here on student or work visa and their employer filed for their immigration petition but who are stuck in backlog. But under this category, you can also sponsor someone who is not already living in the United States. But here is the thing. Assume that you are running a hospital in the USA and there is a vacancy of a doctor which you are not able to fill locally. Now there is an Indian doctor who is living in India who is perfect for the job, but if you sponsor their green card, according to current timing, it will take them about 20 years before they can come and start working for you here in the United States. And now your second option is this another doctor who is not even half qualified in comparison, but this doctor is born in a country like Norfolk Island which doesn't have any backlog. So if you hire this doctor, they can come and start working for you in within about a year. Now, which doctor you will be forced to hire? So because of this rule, America is hurting as well because many companies and hospitals can't hire the best qualified person available. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that India should get priority or only India is producing best talent. What I am saying is that there shouldn't be country cap on skill-based visa. If this rule is not there and if there is any job opening in America, first it should go to Americans. And if not enough Americans are available for this job or job class, then get the best of the best qualified person outside of the United States. So basically, first priority is Americans and second priority is whoever is the most qualified from the rest of the world. So it benefits USA as this program is intended to, and Indians don't get discriminated based on where they are born. Now most of the people in Congress knows about this issue and agrees that it's wrong. But the problem is that many times they introduce a bill to fix this issue, they try to include many other immigration related issue in the same bill. And when many different immigration issues are presented in a single bill, it makes it easy for people who are opposed to immigration in general misinterpret the bill. In the past, some members of Congress has introduced many different bills to fix this issue, but none of those bills were able to reach the finish line. Now here is what I'm going to do to spread awareness about this issue, because even with this issue, I love this country and I believe that people in general wants to do right things, especially Americans. But the problem is that not many Americans are aware about this issue, because mostly this issue is only discussed among people who are immediately affected by this rule. And if it is discussed on media or social media, it is done in a very boring way, maybe just like what I'm doing right now. So only people who are affected by this rule will watch a video or read an article related to this issue. So I want to spread awareness about this issue, and to do that, I'm going to travel to capital of all the 50 states of the United States within a year, beginning on 4th March of this year. And I'm going to create a video of my protest in all 50 states and upload on this channel, which will be dedicated to all the content related to this issue. Also, I'm going to create sketches which explains this issue to people who had never had to go through immigration in a fun way. I have already created and uploaded a sketch which talks about what if there was a country cap on number of gold medals a country can win in Olympics, because as you might know, USA wins majority of gold medals, but there are so many countries who doesn't win any gold medals. Is that fair? I think it is, because a fair way for other countries to win gold medal is by stepping up their game. An unfair way to solve this would be by imposing a country cap on number of gold medals a country can win, just like USA does on employment-based green cards. I have number of other sketch ideas I am working on right now, like what if there was a state cap on number of NFL player who can play in NFL. Because if you know, there are like 211 NFL players right now who are from Texas, but there are like 5 states which doesn't have any NFL players. Also, I'll start implementing other ideas as I learn along the way. Now some of you might ask what you can do to support. You can subscribe to this channel where I am going to upload all these videos. You can share these videos on social media, or maybe forward it to people who might be interested. If you have any other ideas on how to make this content more engaging, or any other ideas to spread awareness about this issue, you can leave that in the comment, or you can reach out to me on Twitter, where I will be very actively engaging in discussion related to this issue and posting updates. I am also going to upload these videos on Facebook page I created just for backup. So for any reasons, if YouTube decides to ban my channel, all these videos should have a home. You can give that page like as well. If you want to join me in person to spread this awareness, I'll let you know about future dates on this YouTube channel and Twitter. But for now, I'm starting this campaign from nowhere else but my home city and nation's capital, Washington, D.C. on 4th March 2023, which is a Saturday. So I'll see you there around 11 a.m. But for now, I just want to say I have a dream, like many of my fellow Indians who are suffering because of this rule, that one day USA will issue skill-based green cards based on skills and not based on where people are born. And hopefully with all of our combined efforts, we will see that dream come true during this congressional term.